Hello, grade 2 mathematicians. Today we are going to be using pictures to solve word problems. In our word problems today we are going to be still focusing on more. And that's a pretty terrible M, so we'll erase it and make it better. More. And we're going to be focusing on fewer. Okay, so if somebody has more, we'll circle it. That'll help us to really focus in on what's happening in our word problems. And if someone has less or fewer, we're going to underline it. So, more and fewer. So, imagine I told you that Noah has 3 more apples than Gavin. Who has more apples? Good. Who has fewer apples? Gavin. That's right. Now, do we know how many apples that Noah and Gavin have? No, we don't. All we know is that Noah has 3 more than Gavin. Gavin might have 100. Maybe he only has 1. We don't know yet. So, we just know that Noah has more and Gavin has fewer. Now I'm going to finish this word problem. I'm going to tell you Gavin has 2 apples. So now we know how many apples Gavin has, but I'm not really sure how many Noah has, but let's just draw a picture here. So we're going to do Gavin, and we'll do Noah. Right, our learning target is that we can use pictures to help us solve word problems. We know how many apples Gavin has. He has 2. 1, 2. Noah, don't know how many he has. But I do know that if we put Gavin's apples here, and we put 3 more, that will be how many apples Noah has. 2 plus 3 more. Okay, so I guess that Noah has 5 apples. Is that correct? Thumbs up if you got it. The same answer. Now, I'm going to make this harder because that's how I like to do things. Now, imagine Noah has 3 fewer apples than Gavin. So Noah came into the school the next day, and today he has 3 fewer apples. We want to do the same thing that we did before. We want to circle what's more, and we want to underline what is fewer. So let's see. Noah has 3 fewer. One of the ways I like to read this to help me know if he has more or fewer is to ignore the numbers. If I just read it like this, Noah has fewer. That tells me exactly what I need to know. Noah has fewer. It tells me if Noah has fewer, then Gavin must have more. Again, do we know how many apples Noah has? No. Do we know how many apples Gavin has? No. But I will write that in here. Gavin has 3 apples. Okay, so let's make a picture to help us. So Gavin. I made a mistake. I'm going to change our question so that it works out properly. Here we go. This is a little better. Noah has 2 fewer apples than Gavin. So Gavin, we know he has 3. And Noah, I am not sure how many apples Noah has, but I know he has fewer than Gavin. So I'm not going to make it more than Gavin. It's got to be fewer. how many fewer? It's 2 fewer. So what I'm going to do here, just to help me out a little bit, I'm going to put a couple X's. So if I had 3 of Gavin's and I took away 2, that's going to be how many Noah has. And let's see, Noah has 1 apple. Is that the answer that you got? Good, I'm glad I'm on the right page here. I'm glad I'm getting the same answer as you. Now, in this problem, I want you to notice something. The number of apples that Noah had was, we took Gavin's apples and did 2 less. We took away 2. So 3 minus 2 is how many apples Noah has. He has 2 less than 3. When we did our first problem, it was a little different. Noah had more apples. Gavin had 2 apples. And we did 2 plus 3. That's how many Noah had. So up here, Noah had 2. Oh, that's not the right number. 2 plus 3. Down here, he had 3 minus 2. Sometimes we're going to be subtracting to find out how many people have. Sometimes we're going to be adding. So as you go through these problems, make sure you circle the ones that are more, underline the ones that are fewer, and make sure you can figure out if you're going to be adding or subtracting. All right, let me show you a couple of examples from our book. This time in our book, we're going to be working on Kim and Sam. And so we want to circle who has more, underline who has fewer. So in our first example, it says Kim has 3 more triangles than Sam. I went through your book and I circled the one who had more, and I underlined the one who had fewer. So when you do your answers, make sure you circle and underline. And then we have to draw triangles for Kim. So Sam's triangles were there, but I went into your book and I made triangles for Kim. I read that Kim had 3 more than Sam, so I did the same number as Sam, and then I just added 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And so altogether, Kim has 5, the same 5 that Sam has, and then 3 more. 5 plus 3, Kim has 8. In this problem, it says Kim has 3 fewer triangles than Sam. Who has fewer? Who has more? This time Kim has fewer. It says Kim has fewer. So Kim is going to be underlined. Sam is going to be circled. Sam has more. So when I look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sam has more. Kim is going to be less. How many less? 3. So I could put a little X, an X, and an X, and then I think Kim may only have 2 triangles. See if you get the same answer there. On the next page, there's something pretty confusing. So we're going to do the same kind of a problem. We're going to be drawing triangles, and for the one person, so it says Glenn has 5 triangles, and there was 5 there. It says Tess has 2 more triangles than Glenn. So I drew 5 triangles, the same as Glenn, and then I added 2 more. Over here, I want to circle the how many triangles Tess has. And so Tess, in this example, Tess had 5 plus 2, not 5 minus 2. So I circled 5 plus 2. In this example, it says Glenn has 3 triangles. Here's Glenn's triangles. Tess has 2 fewer triangles than Glenn. So Tess has fewer. So it'll be less than 3. 2 less than 3. So I think Tess may only have one triangle. So what is the right sentence for Tess's triangles? Does Tess have 3 plus 2 or 3 minus 2? Well, Tess has fewer. I think it's 3 minus 2. But work on your own. See if my answers are correct. And show me what you've done. God bless and have a great day.